Hello and welcome to Loppy Loves Iceland. If you haven't been here before, my name is Lauren and on this channel I talk about my life as an immigrant living in Iceland. Today we have a new episode of interviews with the Innlendingar, and today I am talking to Yason. He lives in Stokkseyri, which is a small village about 10-minute drive from Selfoss, and he is the host of Plánetan podcast. So let's get into the interview. So I am here with Yason today. Welcome, Yason.
Thank you.
And would you like to just introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Jason or Yason.
Yep.
And I'm 30, almost getting 31. No, I'm joking. 30. I live in Stokkseyri, the small place of Stokkseyri. 530 people live here.
Yeah.
Good place.
Mm-hmm.
Quiet, not the big city style. So, yeah.
Yeah. And can you tell us a little bit about Stokkseyri and what it's like living in such a small town?
Stokkseyri is an old fishing town, but it closed in 1990 something. But now we have shops, school, kindergarten. Yeah, like I said, we are 530 people. And yeah, it's just a small place, but small community, and everybody knows each other. So
was there always a school there, or is that opened like?
Yeah, there's always been school here.
Yeah.
There are two, one in Stokkseyri and one in Eyrarbakki.
Yeah, okay.
You start here in Stokkseyri, first to 6th grade, I think.
Yeah.
And after that, you go to Eyrarbakki from the 7th to 10th grade.
So is it like the same school but like split into?
Yeah, same schools but split.
Yeah.
So the older children go to Eyrarbakki, and it's always been like that. But in my time, in the older times, there were like 1st to 10th grade in Eyrarbakki.
Yeah.
So I think so. I don't know the quite history of it, but yeah. So
yeah. And
Eyrarbakki has the same like popularity. Yeah,
population.
Population, yeah. 500 people live there, but it's getting bigger. People are coming here to build houses, and so yeah, it's getting bigger.
Do you think actually Stokkseyri and Eyrarbakki will ever like merge together eventually? Or
I think so, yeah. Yeah, but in my time, I don't know.
No.
But I think so, yeah. It's probably like how everything is building around us. I think Eyrarbakki and Stokkseyri will just be the same place. Yeah,
like Stokkseyri or something like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got a photo from Færeyjar. There is a place there. It's called Stokkseyri.
Really?
Yeah. So it could be here in Iceland too.
Yeah.
In the future. So yeah.
And would you ever move to another town in Iceland? Would you ever consider that?
Yeah, I would, but it depends where it is. Like, how is the work-related things there? But I think here in Stokkseyri and Selfoss, we are in a good place, like not far away from Reykjavik. But if you go east, you have to drive so much to go places. Like if you live in the southeast of Iceland, you have to drive many miles to get to a shop or another place. So, but I think if I'm getting older, like if I was 60 or 70, I wanted to go somewhere else, I would go. But now, not so much. No.
It's a good place to be.
Yeah, it's a good place to be.
Yeah, I think so as well, because it's like so close to the capital.
Yeah.
But I feel like we have a lot in Selfoss anyway, so I don't really feel the need often to go to Reykjavik. But
no, it's only for if you want to go to Kringlan or something. To buy some clothes that are not available in Selfoss.
Yeah.
But,
And And that you can't get online.
Yeah, or you can't get online. If you can't send it home, you go to Reykjavik.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, yeah.
And do you think the rise in tourism and immigration has impacted Stokkseyri in any way?
Yeah, it has. Like now we have a hostel here in the old fishing house, if you like to call it that.
Yeah.
It's getting more popular.
Mm-hmm.
I think the people who are running it now or managing it now are from Croatia or something like that. So we've been getting like more of that people here.
Mm-hmm.
And people from Asia, China and Japan, they come here a lot.
Okay.
So yeah. But with the companies here, like we have a kayak to rental,
Mm-hmm.
and we get a lot of Americans here, and the companies who are like the guide companies,
Yeah.
they have this. Most of them have the last day of their trip here in Stokkseyri to go to kayaking. So the tourism has risen here a lot
Mm-hmm.
in the past years. So
Mm-hmm.
it's impacted us really well.
Yeah.
And not just here in Stokkseyri, in Eyrarbakki and Selfoss, with a big new midtown.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's helped us a lot.
Yeah.
Here.
Getting the food hall as well, and
yeah, the food hall. Yeah, that's the main place now. So yeah, I think tourism has helped us, but we have this wildlife museum here. But the funny part about that, the 95% of the guests who come there are Icelandic people.
Yeah, okay.
So I got him, the owner here, last Sunday or Monday. I don't know. The time flies. So he said that the 95% of the guests are like Icelandic people. And I asked him about it. Why was that? And he didn't quite know. But I got this theory that the foreigners have all seen this. Like they have their zoos in Denmark and Germany or in America, so they have seen giraffes and lions before.
Yeah.
So, but here with the kayak tour, it's just the nature.
Yes.
Just going out to a big lake and ending up in the ocean and being in the Atlantic Ocean on a kayak instead of
terrifying to me.
But lake. Yeah. Seeing seals and sometimes whales. So
really?
Yeah. I have never seen one, but while I'm kayaking, but they come here sometimes in the harbor when there's a lot of fish. So yeah. But the tourism has helped us a lot.
And just out of interest, like the Ghost Museum and the Elf Museum there, was that there before the tourism, or was that also open since then? Do you know?
Yeah, that opened in 2004 or 5, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, so it has been here way past before the tourism started. So yeah. But now it's closed, or the Elf Museum, or what do you call it? It's closed. But the Ghost Museum is open. But yeah, I don't know how the popularity is about that. But
yeah, I went there like the first summer that I moved to Iceland.
Yeah.
But I haven't been there since then. But I always want to go again. But I just never get around to it. But
no, I went there as a kid. And I just ran out. I was so scared. But like now there's a bar there, and I've been there after taking 5 years. Then I can go through. And there's no one working and going out to jump on you or scare you or something like that. But it's really dark, and it's a good museum. It's a shame. It's a shame that it's not like more popular with everyone to go there and to see it, because it has a lot of history. So
yeah, it's a really good museum, and also the animal museum that you were talking about. That's a good one as well. But I went there once. Yeah, I wonder why people don't go, but yeah, they are. There's a lot to do, really, actually, in Stokkseyri.
Yeah, there's a lot to do when you think about it. And around us, like it's a small radius of really big things you can do.
Yeah.
So you can spend your 2 or 3 days just in this small circular, maybe 45 kilometers or something radius, and you can just be here for 2 days and do everything. So but it's like with us, with the Icelandic people, we don't do much of these activities. We plan things way ahead of us, so and don't think we have time for it. But then we lay in the sofa for 5 hours instead of being like doing something here at our places. So
I think it's always like you never appreciate things that are local to you, because it's not like when you're on holiday, you want to go and do something, but you don't.
Yeah, it's like with the ocean here. Like we have one of the most beautiful beaches here in Iceland, and when I go out and look at it, it's just normal.
Yeah.
But when tourists are coming here, they're like, "Wow, look at this," and I'm like, "Oh,
yeah, it's a really nice place."
You get so used to it. Like, when you're seeing a waterfall, we drive through it, but past it, but they are like stunned to see it. But
So, do you think that the Icelandic language is at risk?
I don't think it's at risk, but it's changing. It's changing a lot. Like the new generation don't know, like, what do you call it, the slang words or something. But there is a big difference between the city children or the, like, in the country.
Yes.
Like when you're living like in my town, you grow up with so much older people, and you spend time around older people a lot of the time. So you have these old words, and when you say it to the new generation, they don't know anything you're talking about. So, and they got the new words, like mixing English to Icelandic and like that. But I don't think we are losing the language, but it's changing.
Yeah, like modernizing a little bit.
Yeah, modernizing.
Yeah. I actually saw a few months ago, there was an advert that came on YouTube, and it was a competition just for teenagers in Iceland to make some like social media content. It could be like a TikTok or a YouTube video or a blog post, but it had to be completely in Icelandic with no like words that came from English.
Yeah.
And it was like they could win like, I think it was 300,000 kroner just to start making more content that was just Icelandic, like traditional Icelandic.
Yeah. The teachers are like, they are scared of it, that we are losing the language, and they're trying the best to maintain it. But I don't know. It's like the generation now, I think it's okay, but maybe after 100, 200 years or something, it's going to be a lot different.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe we should go back with the old books, but with the old books, you get a lot of offensive things. So that's they are not like taught in school anymore. So it's maybe take the old books and modernize it a little bit. Take out the words and
like rewrite them.
Rewrite the books. I don't know. I don't think we are losing the language. No. Not so much. It's just modernizing it a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is there anything you miss from Iceland when you travel abroad?
Yeah, when I'm abroad, I miss the water.
I knew that was going to be the answer.
Yeah. I've been like in Ireland, the water there is fine, but I went to Turkey and Canary Islands, and the water there is just terrible. But last year I went to France. I went to a small place called Strasbourg. And we were there for 5 days. And on the 4th day, my friend went into a little small shop that was there. And he came back with 4 liters of Icelandic water. And I was like, is it sold here? I was like, yeah.
Was it expensive?
Yeah, I think so. Like one bottle was like 700 kronas or something.
Yeah.
So it's advertised like it's I don't know, magic drink or something like that.
Yeah.
But I asked the employee there if he sold much of the Icelandic water. He said, "No, we don't know. The people are not liking it so much." But when we found the water, it was like heaven.
Yeah.
The water is the only thing, but
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
I
Brushing your teeth and going into the sink of the hotel or something is just
and try it. Yeah. I actually was told today by someone who's just come back off holiday to the UK, another Icelander. He came to me and complained about the water in the UK. I was like, why is it so disgusting?
Yeah. It's like yellowish, something like that. Yeah. It's like it has sand in it, but it doesn't have it. It's just from
different.
far away distance coming in a pipe. Yeah.
So, what do you enjoy the most about living in Iceland?
The people.
The people.
Yeah. Just how we know everyone and how we can talk to anyone and get to know the people like easily. And yeah, I think so. But most of the people.
Yeah.
But the people here are really nice if you get to know them. The bad part about Icelandic people, we judge other people way too much ahead of us. So yeah, just people before we knowing them. But me, I'm quite a social person, so I'm not afraid to go and say hi to someone. And yeah, I think it's the people.
Yeah. And I had another person with an answer like this as well. And also you can find a lot of connections with people as well, can't you? Like they always know someone who.
Yeah, that's and how related you are. Like I met a woman last year, and she was redheaded. I'm redheaded, but you can't see it, but it's getting a little bit brownish and gray. And I said, we are probably related. And she said, why? Because you're a redhead. And I went, we have this site, it's called Innlendingar book or Icelandic book. And you can see how people are related to you. And we were related into the fourth, what do you call it?
Generation.
Yeah, fourth generation. So yeah, we were like really related.
Yeah.
And we're like, I was just joking, but
but it's actually true.
It's actually true. But so
yeah. I remember being at a kid's birthday party a few years ago with my boyfriend, and it was a foreign child. It wasn't an Icelandic kid, but some of the kids' friends were there and the friends' parents. And there was a woman that me or my boyfriend had never seen before there. And then she looked at him and she knew his name, and she's like, actually, I think we share a great grandmother.
Yeah.
And they do. He didn't know who she was, but she recognized him from like a family party or something. And she's like, yeah, I know who you are, actually.
Yeah. Like, my family is really big. Like from my mother's side and my dad's side, we're a really big family. And when I went to my father reunion, family reunion, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
A lot of people, and we were like, but you forget the faces, but then you see them maybe 1 year after that, and you're like, who is that? I've seen him before. And I ask him, are you related to my dad? Or I say his name, and they're like, yeah, I've seen you at the reunion. So.
Yeah, I always get really overwhelmed when I get invited to like an Icelandic family party.
Yeah.
It's like my family is so small, but I can count my family members on my hands.
Yeah.
Like very, very small family. And then here it's just like endless.
Yeah. It's like when the grandmothers are asked, how many grandchildren do we have? 24, 25. Yeah.
Crazy. Like my cousin.
It's not normal to have like 1 or 2 grandchildren. It's normal to have 10 plus.
Yeah. And like, so I'm an only child, and then I have on one side of my family, I have one cousin who is an only child. So that's my only cousin on that side of the family. And then on the other side, I have 2 cousins, and their dad is an only child, so I am their only cousin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like really, really small family. And then here, it's like just endless cousins. You just meet someone on the street, and then, you know, the person that I'm with will be like, oh yeah, it's my cousin. And it's like just like 30 cousins or something. It's crazy to me.
Being an only child in Iceland, it's
Unheard of.
like when you're a kid, you're like, or kid, 18, 19, you got dumb ideas, and you say, do you have brothers or sisters? No, I'm just the only child. So you get all the money. You heritage what do you call it? Heritage.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Inherited.
Everything. Yeah. Instead of being split up with 5 other siblings or something, you get everything. What?
I used to get asked a lot. So if I said that I was an only child, I'd get asked, yeah, but what about like half siblings? I'm like, no, I don't have any. Like I'm just one, and no one could get that through their head. That it's like,
no,
you don't have any, like not even a half brother or sister. I'm like, no, nothing. Like. So, is there anything that you'd like to see in Iceland? Like maybe in terms of infrastructure, or maybe restaurants or entertainment, just something that we don't have that we think we should have?
That was quite a hard question because we almost have everything, but I went to think we get more fancy things.
Yeah, okay.
Like we don't need any more restaurants. We got everything. You can go eat from anywhere from the world here in Iceland. So I was like, what do you need, or what do you like to have? I was like, circus. We don't have that. And like when you go to Paris, you see these, what do you call, Eiffel Tower?
Yeah.
Like that.
Landmarks.
We don't have any, we don't have any like anything like that. And Las Vegas, maybe a little bit more like that. We could be like Las Vegas, but like what do you call it? The dome or something? The new thing that is.
Yeah, it's like in Vegas,
it's like a globe, and they change everything.
Like eyeballs and stuff on it.
Yeah. Something like that to go see. Yeah. But no, I don't think so. We need anything or like to add. Maybe just some weird stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, talking about like weird stuff like that in Iceland, did you see that we had like the Ferris wheel in Reykjavik? Like the wheel that people.
Yeah.
What did you think of that?
It is. Everything is just building around it. Like now, it was not like I'm not going to go there.
Yeah, exactly.
But maybe after 10 or 15 years, it's going to be like a really good place.
Yeah.
But it was a good idea to add it. But it's so small. It's probably the smallest in the world.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you're going to see when you're at the top.
Yeah.
So they got so high buildings there.
Yeah.
It's not like the. What did he call it? The Ferris
wheel.
Yeah. It's not like you have in Britain.
No.
That's the thing that we want. I want to go there to
like
sit in, especially at the if it's open. I don't think it's open at the New Year's Eve.
No,
with the big fireworks.
Yeah, that'd be good actually. Seeing the fireworks on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, they took it down a few weeks ago for the winter, and then it's going to come back after the winter. They don't trust it to. So I found out that the company that runs it is from the UK, and in the UK we have these like small Ferris wheels in the cities for Christmas. Like we get them in my hometown, and it's like one of those, like a temporary Christmas one. So it's gone back to the UK to do the Christmas town, like Christmas wheels.
Yeah.
And also they don't trust it to survive in the Icelandic winter, so they're going to bring it back.
Yeah, they're going to bring it back.
Yeah. Because I think
it was like almost not ready to be put up in the summer, because the summer now was really bad, raining and windy and everything. I don't think it was used so much now this summer, but maybe next year or something. It's going to be really good.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
So What do you think people should know before moving to Iceland?
It's a dream to be here, but it's tough.
Yes.
It's really tough. You don't go on a travel journey every weekend. You have to plan it, and it's expensive, and I don't think the people like plan that when they move here. They think it's like a journey or something. So yeah, they should know it, but the winter is tough, really tough. It can be. It's tough on your like mental health.
Yeah.
Always dark.
Yeah. Always cold.
Always cold, and you don't know when to put on your winter tires, and
Yes. Yeah.
when that season comes, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
it's happening. So, but don't misunderstand me. It's a really good place, but it's not the dream that everybody think it is. So I think it's everywhere in the world, like. But,
yeah. It is different.
I've seen a lot of people that come here and make good lives here. So have a lot of popularity. Like not famous people come here to live here, but they can have their names like risen up here in Iceland. TikTok stars and Instagram stars.
Yeah.
I think it's easy to be, if you put a lot of effort to it, to be famous here in Iceland.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of opportunities because it's such a small country.
There are a lot of opportunities for everybody to come here if you want to start a company or a restaurant and everything. Like many of the restaurants that have come up now in the last maybe 1 or 2 years, breakfast restaurants, we're like, why are you doing that? But they are the most popular places. And the people are not making a lot of money, but it's their work and the dream. So
yeah. And I think as well, it's easy, like when you start a company in Iceland, there's a good chance that you might be the first person doing that thing in this country.
Yeah. Like if you have a lot of money and want to put up this ferry wheel or something, put it everywhere, and you can maybe have good money from it in the summertime.
Yeah. When you can run it.
Yeah, when you can run it. So you can do much here, but it's tougher than people think.
Yeah. And I think especially in the winter, it gets quite hard to like socialize and things just because of the weather.
Yeah. Like with my place, I live 12 kilometers from Selfoss, and in the wintertime, it's hard to go to Selfoss if the weather is bad. There's a party going in Selfoss, and I can't go there because the weather is so bad, and I'm closed. I can't go out of my town. So But now, last few years, it's been okay. But you always get this really, really bad weather. So
and it's always at a really bad time as well. I remember like 2 years ago when we had that really, really bad snow in the winter. I had a night out planned with my friends, and it was the first time any of us had gone out in months because we were so busy. That was the night that the snow started, so we had to cancel our plans.
Yeah. I think the only thing I did that winter was go to work and home because it was the only road that was open.
Yeah. Can't do anything else.
No.
So going on from work, do you feel that you're able to reach your full potential professionally in Iceland?
Definitely. Like we said, you can do so much here, and if you really put your effort into it, you can take your potential and have it completed, or if you would like to call it like that. Yeah, we have this thing in Iceland. You can be world famous in Iceland.
Yeah,
if you want to. Yeah, so I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
You don't have to go somewhere else.
No. Just do it.
Like now with all of the technology and everything like that, like seeing people who are just young kids, 18, 19, 20, doing TikToks in New York or something like that, and having 1.2 million followers, painting their faces with all of these colors, or like 10 years ago it was impossible. But now people are like starting companies in Britain, Norway, or LA or New York. So just from Iceland. So your potential can be start in Iceland and go somewhere else if you want to be much bigger. But so you can the potential, you can do anything if you want here in Iceland.
Good point of view, good way of looking at it. And so what's your favorite Icelandic word?
I didn't think of anything. I don't know.
Because it's hard when it's your native language. Like
yeah. I was thinking, what words do I say a lot? But I don't know. No, I don't have any.
You don't have any?
No.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
And the typical Icelandic question, do you believe in elves?
Yeah, I do. I think I believe more in them than in heaven.
Okay.
I think it's a really strange, like, if you want to call it religions or something, believing in them. Then with all of these stories and everything, I do. Like when you see a big rock on the field, you don't move it, or because there are elves living in it. So like my friend was moving a rock with his friend. They were making a motocross field or something, and they moved it, and just a couple of minutes later his kid fell off the ladder and broke his arms and legs. And they were like, what did we do? We moved the rock.
Let's move it back.
Yeah. It's like if you ruin their houses or something, it can happen to you or someone related to you. So
yeah.
And we have strong, like, really a lot of stories about elves. Like if someone some hill or something it's not supposed to be like always a rock. It can be a hill or something. So if the owner of the land doesn't mow it, someone else do it, bad thing can happen to him. So strange stories.
I had when I used to live in the capital, I had a taxi driver who was driving me home late one night. And on the end, I was living on the same street as Kolpavogskirkja, and it's on a hill called Alphola. And when he realised where he was driving me to, he was like, "Oh no!" He was like, "You live here?" It's like, "Yeah." He was like, "Is it okay if I just leave you here and not drive onto the street?" And I was like, "Okay." And he told me that he remembered what his grandmother told him when the church was being built. They had all kinds of problem with like the equipment and everything. Things kept going wrong, and this big drill that they were drilling the foundation with broke. So they imported like a new one, brand new. And like as soon as they started it, it broke again, and it just nothing was working.
It's things like that that make you believe in, like there's a elf or something like living in there. So I think maybe almost everybody in Iceland believes in it. But I don't know about the young kids, but when they hear the stories, they probably it generates these elves believing. So I think it's going to be forever here in Iceland. Do you believe in it or not?
And they're good stories. I have a book full of them as well, which is
they make a lot of books about it. I think they're making TV shows about it. So
that'd be good to watch. Okay, and then that's the end of the questions. Is there anything else that you'd like to add that we haven't spoken about already?
You asked me why we watch so much Eurovision.
Yeah.
I think we like it so much because from the old days we in Iceland didn't have anything, and seeing like the Eurovision Song Contest and seeing everybody just dressed up like that, really fancy, and like it was like from the US TV show or something. I think that made Eurovision like really popular here in Iceland.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it just generates.
Yeah.
I think so. Like seeing these fancy things.
Yeah, and Iceland's taking part in it, and
these glamorous things.
Yeah. Oh, it's an interesting thing to do.
I think we're like Icelandic people are like the raven. We like glamorous things.
Yes.
So, yeah. If you see one, you see a diamond, you're like
shiny.
Wow, shining. You go through it. Take a look at it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's true. Actually, I see like on New Year's Eve, all the dresses that the shops sell, it's always just like sparkly, like gold, secret. Yeah.
If he sent out a contestant and his song is about a fire, but then we sent him dressed up like a diamond. So everything is like that, and or some elfish things, like being in a green dress and no shoes.
Yeah.
Like Denmark in 2012 or something. I don't know what her name is. Emilia something.
Yeah.
They won the contest. She was like that. She was dressed like in a really green, goldish dress, no shoes. And Icelandic people were like,
go crazy for it.
Yeah, crazy for it. So
yeah.
Eurovision is probably the best thing about the spring. No, not the spring. Is it called spring?
I guess it's kind of like between spring and summer, isn't it? Is it in May usually? Yeah.
It's in May.
Yeah.
You know the summer is coming when the Eurovision Song Contest is starting.
And that was one thing, like, I always liked Eurovision since I was a kid, but it's not super popular in the UK. But we, like the UK, just get into the final because we're part of the 5 countries that just automatically get in.
You have the money.
Yeah, exactly. And so I didn't actually know that, like, there was rounds before that people had, the countries had to go through. So I actually moved to Iceland in May, and I got to see, like, the semi-final and everything. And I didn't know that was a thing until I moved here, because I always just watched the final because, the UK doesn't need to compete in it. So
no.
Yeah. And it's and it was good to see like how into it everyone here gets, because like I always loved it, but back home it's not, it's not a big thing back home. So
no, it's a really big thing here. It's like crazy. Like, but they made a movie about it.
Yes.
With Will Ferrell or something.
Yeah, in Iceland as well.
In Iceland and who's a week. So it's crazy.
Good film. Yeah,
that's a good film. Really good film.
And good music as well.
Yeah, the Husavik song is like, why didn't we send that to the Eurovision? Songs like that. We are always trying to just find the wheel or something when we send out a song.
Yeah.
We have so much songs that we could easily win. Like with what's his name? Daði.
Yes.
Who went when the COVID thing was.
Yeah. He would have won.
He would have won.
He would have won. Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's send him again.
Yeah, we need to. He went last year. I think it was last year.
Yeah,
he was like a guest on the stage.
Mm-hmm.
And when he stood up, came out, everybody went crazy.
Yeah.
So he's famous in the Eurovision world.
Yes. I think he's just famous in general now. I've had friends in the UK message me. Like, obviously he wasn't in Eurovision when he was meant to be, but they still heard the song. And I had friends messaging me like, oh my God, Iceland is like really good this year. And I have friends who like actually listen to his music now because, and I think he's doing a world tour, I saw, actually.
Is he?
Yeah. I saw this recently.
Yeah. So, and the good thing about Eurovision, if Iceland doesn't go through, You can pick the other Scandinavian countries.
Yeah.
Denmark,
Just
Sweden.
team up.
Team up. But we don't team up so much with Denmark because they don't give us so much points. We always give them 12 points.
And they don't.
The Scandinavian mafia. No.
Yeah.
And they give us maybe 7 points. So we were like, oh, damn, Denmark. So we team up with Sweden instead.
Yeah. Yeah, and then that leads us nicely into, unless there's anything else you have to add?
No.
Okay, I have one more surprise question, and it's also about music, so that adds in well. Who is your favorite Icelandic musician?
Favorite musician?
Could be a band or a singer, or
Yeah, I think Ásgeir Trausti.
Oh, I don't know them actually. Don't know him.
He came up with his debut album in 2012 or something. He is really, really, really good. He is like world famous.
Yeah.
So, but not so much. But it's crazy to see how famous he is. You don't think he is so much famous, but he is. So, Ásgeir Trausti, I recommend him heavily.
What kind of music is it? What style?
It's I don't know what genre it is. It's like I don't know, pop and this old.
Yeah. Okay.
But if I Google him now in my phone, I could probably find what
genre it is.
Yeah. Folktronica. It's called.
Yeah. Interesting. It's kind of like, I'll have to have a listen.
Yeah.
I probably heard some of the songs and I just don't know the name of the singer. But...
No. His debut album is called Dýrð í dauðaþögn. I think it's been like given up in the under the title In the Silence. So every song on that album is like really good. Yeah.
Have to listen.
Yeah.
So that's all the questions. And so where can people find you?
They can find me on Instagram, just Yason Orri, Jason Orri. And I have this new podcast show, so I can advertise that here. It's called Plánetan, or The Planet. I get people from everywhere. It's not like a politician show or something like that. I just get people and ask them, like the guy who owns the wildlife museum, I got him. I got this nature reserve guy here who lives here in Stokkseyri. I asked him about climate change and birds and everything like that. So I get maybe the best one, I think, they are all good, but I got, his name is Þorvaldur Þórðarson. He is the volcano scientist here in Iceland. And I got him to ask him about the Reykjanes volcano and every volcano here. So the podcasting is really good.
Yes.
So people can find me there and on Instagram.
Yeah.
And they will probably see a lot of birds photos.
Yeah. Okay.
And kayak photos.
So I'll put the links for everything in the description below, so people can check you out.
Okay.
And that's it for today. So thank you so much.
No, thank you.
Yeah. So that's it for the interview. Let me know in the comments below what you think. I have all of Jason's links in the description below, so go and check them out. His podcast Plánetan is an Icelandic language podcast, but I know that we have Icelandic speakers, a lot of Icelandic learners, and also just people who love to hear spoken Icelandic. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Have a lovely day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!